Hey everyone, welcome back to Redefined-Life. Today we're diving into a topic that touches all of us: love. Music, movies, and social media all shape how we view love, but they often mix it up with lust or make it seem like love is about fulfilling our own desires. As Christians, it is important to know the differences. There is world love and there is God's love. The world often defines love in a selfish way, but God's love is different. The most powerful example of love in the Bible is how God gave up what rightfully belonged to Him, just to offer grace to those who deserve judgment. And the key to understanding this kind of love is found in verses like Romans chapter 5 verse 8 and Philippians chapter 2 verses 1 through 8. In the New Testament, the word used for this type of love means totally selfless. It doesn't take anything, but instead seeks the highest good for others, even at great cost. The ultimate example of agape love is Jesus' sacrifice on the cross. He endured God's wrath, taking the punishment we deserved, as the perfect, selfless act of love, as seen in Romans chapter 5, verse 8. And when Jesus calls us to follow Him, deny ourselves and take up our cross, as mentioned in Matthew chapter 16, verse 24, and Luke chapter 9, verse 23. He's showing us that this type of selfless love is the greatest virtue for any Christian. In fact, Jesus himself said that the mark of being his disciple is how we love one another. In John chapter 13, verse 35, he said, "By this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." But what does love actually look like in action? Let's take a quick look at some of the commands in the New Testament. We're called to build each other up, as it says in Romans chapter 14, verse 19. We're also called to serve one another, like it says in Galatians chapter 5, verse 13. And bear each other's burdens, according to Galatians chapter 6, verse 2. Then there's forgiving each other, as written in Colossians chapter 3, verse 13. Lastly, we should encourage one another to do good, as found in Hebrews chapter 10, verses 24 and 25. There are so many more, but these show us that love is about action, caring for others in practical ways. Interestingly, love was almost unheard of in ancient Greek culture. They didn't really value selflessness or devotion to others. Those things were seen as weaknesses. But in the New Testament is the foundation of everything else. John tells us, God is love. And the one who abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. 1 John 4:16. And Jesus said that the greatest commandments are to love God with everything we've got and to love our neighbor as ourselves. Matthew 22 to 36:40. All of the law and the prophets depend on these two commands. It makes perfect sense then that the first fruit of the Spirit is love, Galatians 5:22, and that love for others is the clearest way people will know we belong to Christ, John 13 to 35. Love is so integral to our faith that John writes, "We know that we have passed out of death into life because we love the brethren. He who does not love abides in death." 1 John 3 to 14. If we aren't living out real love, then we can't truly claim to be followers of Christ. So, what does this mean for us? Love isn't just a feeling or an idea, it's an action that reflects the heart of God. If we aren't showing this kind of love, we need to ask ourselves some tough questions about our faith. Thanks for joining me today. If this message challenged or encouraged you, feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Let's keep growing together in love. Thanks for watching.